What if your cycles are regular, your labs look normal, and your doctor says IVF is your only shot? But something deep inside of you whispers, there is still another way? What if your body's actually giving you clues, but no one has ever taught you how to read them? Today on the show, why women with PCOS are often told their only option is IVF, and how one woman defied the odds, skipped the egg donor and the surrogate, and now has 5 kids. The real question this episode answers: what if the system isn't broken? Your care is. Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness Podcast. Are you tired of seeing that test be negative month after month? Will you ever stop having to take test after test? Are you scared of all the medical terminology, office visits, and misinformation you see at every turn on your infertility journey? If you answer yes to any of those, you're not alone. You are at the right place. I'm so happy you're here with us. My name is Ariana. I'm a fertility care practitioner and a wholeness coach with over a decade of experience on the field. I created this podcast because I know what it is to feel alone and lost while navigating fertility problems. And after helping hundreds of women, teaching them how to not protract their cycles, boost their fertility, and navigate their monthly emotional roller coaster and get pregnant naturally, I am on a mission to empower women to take charge of their fertility journey. In this podcast, you will find heartfelt conversations, education, tips on how to take care of and understand your fertility, emotional support, simple lifestyle changes to boost your fertility, nutrition, self-care routines, tips for handling stress and anxiety with ease. We have amazing, exciting expert interviews and guests, inspirational stories, and practical advice on preparing for pregnancy and joyful delivery. Are you ready to reclaim your health, your life, and become pregnant naturally? If so, grab your green juice and prenatal vitamins. This episode is just what the doctor ordered. You have been told PCOS is about insulin or your weight, that birth control will regulate your hormones, or Clomid will make you ovulate. But here you are, maybe ovulating, maybe not. But it's still no baby, it's still no answers, and definitely not a real plan. Maybe you are exhausted by protocols that help you for a while until they don't. Or you are caught between two voices, one saying, just do IVF already, and the other whispering, there has to be another way. You deserve better. Today, we're going beyond the symptom management and into what's really going on, so you can stop wondering and start restoring. Welcome to Fertility and Wholeness with Ariana, where science meets soul, and you'll learn how to heal, not just cope. I'm Ariana, a fertility care practitioner, a coach, and a mom of 5. Let's talk truth. One of my first clients, we'll call her Lucia, had regular periods, never used birth control, seemed healthy, but after 4 years of trying, still no pregnancy. She had seen one of the LA's top OBGYNs, the kind celebrities use, and was told IVF was her only chance. She came to me, not with chaos, but quiet heartbreak, a woman who was doing all the things, still no baby. We started charting with the critical model, and I immediately saw red flags. Her cervical mucus was excessive and estrogen dominant, a classic PCOS pattern. Still, she stayed with her OB to compare notes. Meanwhile, I referred her to another doctor. She hesitated. How could a lesser-known approach possibly help when a famous doctor had already ruled, and yet answers started coming? Her husband had a major male factor issues. She had a bicornuate uterus with a septate, a rare anomaly no one had diagnosed. Her OB moved quickly to surrogacy and egg donation. But my client said, so, not my egg, not my uterus, so what's left? It felt like a war between voices. One said, this is hopeless, pay the price, outsource your motherhood. The other one said, let's just take one more step. 12 months later, after surgery, lifestyle shifts, sperm optimization, and a lot of prayer and coaching, she conceived. That baby is now 8. She had 4 more sons, naturally with progesterone support. Her dream of a family of 5 came true. And that's why I'm here today, to show you what's possible and why so many women never hear those options. But what PCOS really is. PCOS isn't just about cysts or blood sugar. It's a syndrome, a collection of imbalances in hormones, metabolism, and inflammation. It can show up as long or irregular cycles, thinning hair or facial hair, mood swings, PMS, or brain fog, skin issues or no symptoms at all, just infertility. Some of you are ovulating and is still not conceiving. That's because PCOS isn't just about ovulation. It's about the quality of your hormones, the receptivity of your uterus, your egg health, and your whole cycle. So let's start with the real question. What type of PCOS do I have and how to find out? You don't guess. You chart, gather data, and you work with someone trained to decode it, like I do with my clients. These are the 4 types of PCOS. There is not one size fits all in PCOS. Most women have a combination of this. Number 1, insulin-resistant PCOS, tied to sugar and weight. Number 2, adrenal PCOS, is rooted in stress and cortisol. Number 3, post-pill PCOS, triggered by a stop in birth control. Inflammatory PCOS is linked to gut issues and chronic inflammation. That's why generic protocols don't work. You need a roadmap for your unique body. So why hasn't your doctor told you all of this? Because most OBs are trained to manage, not restore. Birth control shuts down your entire reproductive system. Clomid is equal to a force to open, and IVF will bypass it entirely. But none of that answers. Why are my hormones imbalanced? Why does implantation fail? And what's happening between ovulation and menstruation? What if you're ovulating and is still not producing enough progesterone? What if your cervical mucus is too hostile for sperm? What if inflammation is silently sabotaging everything? And that's what a restorative care is designed to uncover. Full picture blood work is powerful when it's paired with your cycle. I look beyond LH, FSH, and MAH too. Post-peak progesterone, estrogen quality and patterns, DHA, cortisol, insulin, thyroid, vitamin D, and I overlay that with creatine charting, which tells me, are you actually ovulating? Is your luteal phase long enough? And what is the mucus doing? Apps don't do that. Pee and sticks can show it. Charting gives you a real-time biofeedback, and I teach you exactly how. Now, let's talk about something you have probably never heard of, wedge resection surgery. In the 1950s, it had 66%. In the 1950s, it had a 66% pregnancy rate for women with polycystic ovaries. Then came Clomid with just 30%.
then IVF with 23%. Yet somehow, wet resection vanished. Why? Early surgeries cause adhesions. But now, with surgical NAPRO technology, wet resection is back. Safe, effective, and often life-changing. If your ovaries are enlarged, full of cysts, and unresponsive to meds, this might be the option no one has mentioned. And if it's relevant, I'll help you get evaluated. And here's what we need to compare what IVF does versus restorative care. IVF extracts your eggs, fertilizes them in the lab, and implants them. It never asks why your body isn't conceiving naturally. Restorative care asks, what systems are misfiring? Can we restore healthy ovulation? Can we treat the root, not just the outcome? IVF may be right for some, but for many, like Lucia, the real issue was never addressed. And I want to pause here and say what's often left unsaid. This journey can feel long, exhausting, and deeply personal. It affects your body, your bank account, your marriage, and your faith. Especially, you have to call out of work for appointments, avoid baby showers and family events, change your diet, your schedule, your identity. You have sat in bathrooms crying over single lines. You have wrestled with, do I keep hoping or protect my heart? I see you, and I have walked with women through the what if it never happens season. And I'm here to tell you, you're not alone and you still have options. So let's start with simple. For the next 10 days, jot down mood, PMS, energy, sleep, digestion. Even if your cycle is irregular, that gives us clues. If you need a template, email me with the word track and I'll send it over to you. And if you're listening and thinking, I need someone who gets this, who sees the full picture and has a plan, then I invite you to take the next step. Email me ready or book a session in my Calendly in the notes. Let's talk about charting, labs, coaching, and whether our restorative care is your next move. You're not broken, you're not behind, and you don't have to figure this out alone. Your fertility is not a machine, it's a message. And your body is not the enemy, it's inviting you to listen. And I'll be right here to help you interpret it. Until next time, with love and truth, Ariana.
Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed today's episode, we got a special treat for you. Join our free Facebook group where you can connect with other amazing women and share your thoughts. Join us by clicking in the link in the show notes. We can't wait to welcome you into our supportive community. And don't forget to come back for our next episode, where we'll be sharing even more inspiring stories, encouraging tips, educational insights, and practical strategies. Oh, and before you go, we have a tiny favor to ask. If you found today's episode uplifting and helpful, please leave us a review. It's like giving us a virtual hug, and it helps other amazing women like you find our show. Plus, it makes us smile from ear to ear. And hey, why stop there? Share the love. Tell your Betsies, your mom, your sister, and even your favorite barista about our podcast. The more, the merrier.